on, people? It's right now it's Sunday, and I am just coming back from driving back from my parents' house. They have a farm up in Ohio, and they got goats and chickens and bees, and they make goat milk soap and lip balms and lotions and Ajax. And they're just good, salt of the earth people. And so I spent the weekend with them, just helping them out at the farm. They have a farmer's market that I helped them out with, and it was really nice. It was really refreshing. And I think it's important sometimes to take a break from the grind and do something that's kind of out of your everyday routine. And it was good. It was relaxing. We helped build a little retaining wall for their new garden. I installed a new water hydrant on the side of their house, or on the front of their house, that my dad was using vice grips to turn on and off, and it was leaking like crazy. So it was nice for me to do that for them. It's nice to feel useful. It's nice to work hard and to get something done. I don't know what your relationship is with your parents, but mine is good, and which is a real blessing, because for many years I was involved in this church that was not a good church, and I was in it for a long time, and it slowly kind of takes over your life. And for many years I rarely visited my parents, or talked to them on the phone, or didn't really invest in them at all. And it's that's something that I regret a lot, because they're really good people. They'll break their backs for you, and we need a lot more people like that in the world. So, but my relationship with them is good now, and I just feel like that's a testament to what kind of people they are, that I didn't really have a good relationship with them for a really long time, and they still brought me back in, and no questions asked. I mean, I think that's what a lot of good parents would do, but it's nice to see it in action, but it's good to work out on the farm. It's hard work, but it's rewarding work, because you get to see what you've done, what you've built, what you've created. Like I said, my parents, their farm has goats and chickens, and they do a lot of work to get this goat milk soap and their business up and running. And my parents aren't, my dad's 71, and my mom is 68. She'll be 68 this year. And so, they say it takes twice as long for them to do half the work. So it's nice that I can go down there and do something like replace that water hydrant. It took me half an hour, and it's something that's just gonna help them every day. So it's good to do stuff like that. It's good to feel useful. And I think as men, we don't really feel useful sometimes. So some good advice, I guess, would be do something out of the ordinary. Do something that maybe you wouldn't normally do, that's out of your normal daily routine, and build something, or fix something in the house that needs fixing, or just do something that that just makes you feel like you're tapping into that innate part of you that wants to fix things, because men were put on this world to fix shit, and car. He's a little, he gets a little excited in the car, but right now he's pretty chill, so maybe it's because I'm talking. But yeah, like I said, my parents have this 5-acre farm in Ohio, and it's got wooded areas, it's got kind of field areas. They have a huge backyard where all the goats graze, and a big old chicken coop and a big chicken run. They got bees on the edge of their property, so they cultivate honey as well. Which is inspiring, because I don't think any of us have just spent a day vegging out in front of the TV or PlayStation or whatever, and be like, man, that was such a great use of my time. And there's times and places for to relax and watch movies and play video games, but when you do it all day, it's just as a man, it's just you're just kind of feel like the day was kind of a waste. So it's good to get out and do stuff. And if you don't have projects on the house, maybe your neighbor does, or maybe your parents do. Working side by side with my dad is a great way to cultivate our relationship. And there's not quite like a good relationship with your dad and your mom. But since this is kind of a men-centric channel, having a relationship with your dad is so important because he's experienced life. He's experienced a lot of the things that you may be going through right now. There's a certain amount of manly compassion that your father can give you in times of struggle that you can't get anywhere else. So even though if your dad's like my dad and he's not the most emotional guy, or he has trouble saying things how he feels, a lot of guys have that problem, but it's kind of just the unspoken actions, just making sure I'm taken care of, do I have everything I need, he's lent me money without any question when I went on hard times, and and if you have a dad that you don't have a great relationship with, or if your dad's not a good guy, find some other dudes, find an older guy to hang out with, because I'm sure there's a lot of older guys out there. Maybe you're an older guy, and you would love to kind of impart your wisdom and your share your experiences with the younger generation. I think a lot of guys would love to do that, and a lot of young men would love to hear that, because I know a lot of guys in their 20s all the way up to their 40s. Hit the brakes, my dog went flying. Sorry about that. There's a lot of experiences that younger guys may be going through, and we could really use some advice. I'm sure there's some older guys out there who've been through some really tough experiences, and they would love to share that advice. So, how do you go about finding men to hang out with and to share your life with is something that I'm going to be diving into a more robust video. But it's very important, and that's the goal of Man Camp, is to have men find other men to share their lives with, and we're just going to be better for it. So hopefully you guys are having a good day, and if you're not, I feel you. I've had some really, really bad days lately, and I was in a real bad place a couple days ago, staying at my parents for the weekend. I feel 100% better, 100% better, and that's the solution for the struggle that men are dealing with a lot, is sharing that struggle with other people, your parents, your friends, because chances are your friends are going through the exact same thing. So a good way to make a good friend, or to make a kind of a buddy or a regular friend into a good friend, is to open up. And I've done that with a couple of people at work, and the reaction is kind of somewhat surprised, like this isn't normal. What kind of, guys don't talk like this. So they're a little kind of taken by surprise a little bit. But at the same time, you can see the relief on their faces, and kind of the realization, like, yeah, I don't have any close male friends, and the realization that we need that, and there's a need for men in our society to lean on each other, to build each other up instead of tearing each other down. I mean, we live in a world right now where if you don't share the same political views as another person, you're instantly hated, you're instantly called all kinds of names, you're instantly put in a category, and no chances of a relationship is given. And that's a real shame, because even though me and another person may not agree on something, like, I still respect that person, as a human being. They're still valid. Their struggles are still real. And if you're like this, this is a good chance for you to maybe think about it, why you are doing something like this. If someone doesn't share your political views, for example, that's no reason to discount them as a human being. I've had people wish death on me because I didn't share a certain political view that they had, and that's the state that we're in right now. And as men, we need to stand up and call it out for what it is, and it's bullcrap. It's bullcrap, because our society works better when we work together. And men need to take the leadership role in reuniting this country. Not a Democrat thing, not a Republican thing. Reuniting in the sense of, like, our shared life in this country, and the awesome things that we can celebrate together, and share our struggles that we can share together, in order to just have a better life. I mean, if you're a member of a certain political party, you instantly disregard another person because they're a member of another political party. You're cutting your chances for friendships in half. So, like, and there's some friends that I have that on the other side of the political spectrum that I'm on, and I'm not really one way or the other, but there's a guy who thinks things that I disagree with, but we're great friends, because we respect one another, because we've taken the time to talk with one another about personal stuff. And so what I believe and what he believes doesn't define us. It's who we are that defines us. And the only way we find out who we are is to talk to that person, to hang out with that person, to share yourself with that person, to share your victories and your struggles with that person. And because of that, we can have a great relationship. He can text me out of the blue, or I can text him out of the blue and say, "Hey man, how's it going? How are you feeling? How are you dealing with XYZ?" And it's genuine, and it's unfortunately it's unique to a lot of relationships. So that's my challenge to you in this little video, is to find something to do with your hands that you can feel proud of, because that's the way we were designed. And number two is to ask a friend of yours a deep question, and I would love to hear if anybody has any like stories about if they did that and if it worked. So, all right, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm headed home. My dog's getting antsy. I don't think he likes me for breaking so hard that one time. Come here, bud. Here, Jax. So this is Jax. He is my Shih Tzu. Hey, puppies. And he's a good boy. I love him very much. He's the one I talk to the most, probably. But anyway, all right, well, guys, well, I'm gonna sign off so I don't crash, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, bye.